So She's All That is obviously another Paul Walker film, so I obviously wanted to see it very much. Such a disappointment. I mean, it's a weird thing that the beginning of this film, first 20-30 minutes, actually aren't that bad. But then it turns into one of those wretched, horrible, disgustingly rom-coms that I just can't stand. And I'm not to say there aren't good rom-coms. I mean, there are good ones out there, but in the last decade, we've had so many bad ones that when a good one comes around, it's kind of, a rare thing. And I know this was made in 1998, so technically that doesn't really count as part of the last 10 years of like from 2005 to 2015, but it's it's just a bad film. I mean, it starts off like I say, quite interesting, but it just turns into something that just is so boring, so poorly written, so it's just bad. I mean, it's just. I mean, I will say this: the actors are all very good. I mean, they all give very good performances, but the material they're given is absolute garbage after the 30 or 20, 30 minute mark. I mean, it's just. It's so disappointing because this actually goes up as one of the worst Paul Walker films ever. I mean, right next to Fast and Furious 2, which actually I think is actually worse than this. But still, this is not good. And it's that thing of I hate the fact that this film has stuff in it that like, oh, let's try to address that, let's address that. Like, there's too many things they're trying to address. Like, they have this whole thing about there's this guy who's fat, so they make this whole joke. Oh, he's fat. Oh man, look. Oh, oh, because he's fat. Oh, and stuff. And then there's a whole thing that he has a bunch of chocolate stuck in his thing, and this and that, and all these, and most of his lines to a certain point just all become about, oh, because he's fat and things, and oh, the world, and oh, it's so boring, and and just the things that happen in this film after the point of where it's enjoyable, it just doesn't make any sense. But I'll say this: there are some bits near the end that I quite enjoyed. There's a bit where they all start doing dances, dancing the boys and the girls doing dance off each other, boys against the girls, and there's a bit where the bitchy girl Taylor, she goes to make a speech having a go at the 46% of people who didn't vote for her and voted for Laney, and then the guy goes to cut a microphone off and you can't hear what she's saying because obviously she's slacking those people off. That bit was quite funny. And the DJ also, he seemed like to be having a really good time, the guy playing him. So I give it to him more than anything else because but by the point of this part of the film, there's just nothing left really is in terms of enjoyment. There's only tiny little things that be enjoyed, and it's crap. I mean, you got Paul Walker, who I like a lot, and it's just such a boring film. And and the worst thing about it is that Paul Walker's not really in bad films, and this is a bad film. Um, I mean, I don't think it's as offensive as, say, Fast and Furious 2, where you've got a scene where they're torturing a man with a rat, which was just grossly offensive and just awful with that film. They try to make it a 12, and there's a 15 version where they still got the bloody rat scene in there, and it's just a pile of shit, as far as I'm concerned. Definitely the worst Fast and Furious movie, but anyway, it's just a bad film. I mean, I don't know how more to explain it. Just all the romantic, bloody, buddy, mushy, gooey. It's just awful. It's just really bad, and it. I can't believe that they actually wanted to go through with this content. I mean, they're very good actors, but just the writing and just and I hate the way that they have this whole thing of, oh, you thought you were going to be popular? Oh, that's sweet. And they say a very similar sentence like that 3 times during the film, and two after times, which the film has turned into an absolute turd. And it just, it's like bashing on the back of the head, like, oh, let's just rub it in. Oh, we keep saying this line, or something very similar to it, and it's just, I can't stand this anymore. I mean, what point is it that for some reason it's acceptable to have bad rom coms like this? It's just, it's bad. It's bad. Oh, I don't know what else to say. It's just, it's really bad after the bit where it doesn't turn into anything of entertainment. It's just no value left, and it's a shame because I do like Paul Walker, and you know he does act well, but just the characters just turn into just all these things they say, and it just doesn't make any sense, and it's just really boring.